Hello my friends, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Novella. Today is Sunday and that means coffee clutch. Coffee clutch is a Dutch, Flemish and German word. That means that I invite you over for coffee and we have a little chit chat over the past week. Now I was wondering, can you love someone that deeply that it's impossible for you to love anything or anyone else, not even your own children? Is that possible? Well, this question asks Jacqueline Harpman in this book, Het strand van Oostende. It is also it is originally written in French, La plage d'Oostende. Unfortunately, not available once again in English, but it's a brilliant, brilliant book. I will tell you the story though. So maybe there's a publisher who's watching and well, maybe, I think this came out in 91. So there's a young girl, she's only 11 years old, and she's from the Belgian upper class, and she meets a painter, Leopold, and he is 25, and she falls head over heels for him. She does everything to educate herself, to look her best, and many years later, she finally makes sure that he notices her. But then he already is married to another woman, Blondine. Now Emilien is very determined. He is the man for me, and yes, she seduces him and they become a couple, although she becomes his mistress. Let's keep it at that. Then she marries too, and because everybody wants her to get married, because this is happening just after the Second World War. She marries the man. She likes him but does not love him. They have one daughter together, and even her relationship with that daughter is she says at a certain point, it's his child, not mine. Although she gave birth to that child, it's Charles' child. And then, the relationships keep evolving, so she keeps on having an affair with Leopold, and life happens. So the more and more you realize that although they can't be together, Leopold and Emilien are made for each other in a way. But that can't end well, so that's the story. Funny thing is that they speak about a woman that really has lived, and I know that woman. This is not a public figure, not at all. It's somebody from my village where I grew up, who was known in the village, but not publicly. And she always talks, she has a very prominent place in this book, because she gives advice, and in the book she's called Madame van Aalter. I'm from Aalter originally, but it's actually somebody else, and we have another name. We call her Madame to keep her family safe, of course. I won't tell the name, but it was amazing. What amazing book, very, very well written. Very interesting ideas and thoughts, and very thought-provoking. At the beginning I was scared that when I read the blurb, 11-year-old girl falls in love with a 25-year-old man, and you were thinking, ooh, but no, it's kinda okay. But I really enjoyed this book. I gave it 4 stars. It's really something that is still fresh and should be translated nevertheless. Something from McNally or something. That would be great. So, and then I read Our Lives in the Forest. I think it is in English. by a French author, Marie Darrieussecq. She is very much alike as Jacqueline Harpman. Jacqueline Harpman passed away over 15 years ago, but she was a psychoanalyst, and as a hobby she wrote. She is my age, Marie Darrieussecq, and she is also a psychoanalyst. This is a sort of dystopian little novella. It talks about, we follow a woman named Marie, and she hides in the woods. And when we read the book, we discover that she lives in an age where everybody, especially the wealthy people, have a clone of themselves. So whenever something happens to them, whenever there's a failure in their body, they can use the clone as a sort of spare part vessel. So when she was a little girl, she had problems with her lung, and they took a lung of her clone to place it in her body. And the more she grows older, the more difficulties she has with the fact that she's been cloned and that there's a clone somewhere that doesn't have a life in a way. That clone is alive, but she is not taught anything. They are not allowed to do anything. And it starts with the book starts with the moment where she freed her clone double. This is a really interesting book. I have no idea why they have put this photo on the cover, because there are no elephants whatsoever in this book. It's also set place, I think it's somewhere in Europe and not in Africa. So I have no idea why they put this on the cover. But stranger things have happened before. I'm currently reading Queen of the Chicadas by V. Castro. This is the story of a young Mexican woman who went to the States in the 50s to make a living, and she was extremely badly treated by her employers and killed. And she comes back and haunts those people. And the storyteller is a woman who comes to the place to celebrate her best friend's wedding. And she feels that things are going on. So it's a bit of a horror mystery book. Really good. It really talks about racism, not femicide, but because the killers were women. So you can't exactly call it femicide. But it really interesting, by V. Castro, Violet Castro, the Queen of the Chicadas. And I'm almost done and I enjoy it. I'm also reading, of course, Borges, together with Micah, Bob the Booker and many other people, the collected fictions. You can still join up in the Discord. This is, of course, for Classics and Company. I don't think I understand everything, but I'm still enjoying it nevertheless. So, yeah. Maybe this is a bit too highbrow for me, but anyway, I'm enjoying the experience. So, yeah. And I'm listening to an audiobook, The Climb, by an author with a Russian name, but he's not Russian. The Climb is about an expedition in the Himalayas that went totally wrong. And at the same time, John Krakauer was there too, to climb the Mount Everest. And Into Thin Air is his version of the same story. So I want to read them back to back to see how everything is perceived. And then I'm also reading Operation Barbarossa. I forgot the author's name, but it's really well written, really gripping, really emotional, really good, absolutely good. So what is Operation Barbarossa? It's of course a non-fiction book. It's about the invasion of the Germans into Russia. But this is told from the side of the Russians, so very interesting, and especially the chaos at the beginning, and how people weren't really prepared, although they had the strongest air force and they had the most manpower, but still they weren't really prepared for the blitzkrieg in a way. So yeah, it's really interesting, very gripping, very emotional, because the author uses a lot of personal accounts of what happened there. So really, really interesting. So yeah, that's it. That's my Sunday coffee clutch. What else? Oh, tomorrow is a free day, it's a holiday, so I think I will spend it in the garden. I've ordered some plants which should arrive mid this week. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that, to have more privacy in the garden. I've asked my landlord if I'm allowed to plant the plants, and it's okay. So yeah, that's it. I'm looking forward to that, and nothing sexy else is happening, so I'm good. And I hope you are too. I wish you all the best for the coming week. Enjoy your reading and have a great time. Bye bye. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye bye.